I mean, the evidence sessions we've heard here, and also sitting on the actual bill itself, resident voice was hugely important. And I just want to read out an email I received last night, which is about a building by Ballymore. I want to give her the opportunity to let her voice be listened to and hopefully get an answer from your good self. The BFSF mandated that all dangerous cladding had to be removed from the New Providence Wharf by the end of 2021, and Ballymore has done that. But we are now suffering very cold temperatures, neighbours unable to get bedrooms above 12 degrees even with heating, at a time when energy costs are soaring. Families trapped behind monoflex with no daylight, rubbish was kept in open bins in the streets, the scaffolding has blocked access to the refuse store, and now we are suffering security issues with unknown persons climbing the scaffolding, whether with ASB or criminal intent to break in. We have had to beg, plead and fight for information. Work has slowed down dramatically. We are getting no information. We know we are delayed, but we don't know by how long. In the meantime, we are stuck in our freezing flats with no access to sunlight due to the plastic sheeting or fresh air due to the windows being sealed shut. I just wanted to give the opportunity for you to respond to that. And if you've got 20 buildings currently under remediation, is that a picture of what we're seeing across all 20, or is that an isolated incident?
Well, I think that is an isolated incident at the moment. I mean, I think the reality is that during the remedial works and construction works, and anybody who's had construction work done to their home will know that it can be incredibly uncomfortable to work while these are significant construction works. I mean, I was made aware of some of these issues over the weekend, and to be honest about it, we are investigating. We haven't removed any insulation from New Providence Wharf. All the cladding has been removed, and the reason for the monoflex is we need to try and minimise the amount of moisture that gets into the facade. So unfortunately that's a necessity, and I do agree it's not ideal, people not being able to look out their window. So I think, and this will happen I think across, now in terms of the temperature, that shouldn't be happening. So that's something that we need to investigate and understand why that's the case, because the insulation has not been removed. So that's something for us to do. But I do think that across the industry it's something that people will realise that the impact of the works on people, because these works have to be done while they're living in these buildings, it is going to be uncomfortable. And I think the key thing is we need to try and get the works completed.
And I totally get that. But it's the lack of residents' voices getting heard, the fight for information. So there's obviously a breakdown somewhere, which I hope you do address.
Well, I think certainly in terms of some of our... Listen, the communication on these issues has been a huge challenge for our organisation. Of the 13,000 kind of homes we're looking after, I think about 25,000 residents. Since 2017, since Grenfell, the level of communication required, to be honest about it, has been extraordinary. I do accept at times it probably hasn't been as good as it could be. We have on the New Providence Wharf, for example, we have a big team working on that. There's no excuse for not being able to communicate. So I think, but equally, I think it's about regular communication on a monthly basis where we can give people a proper update, because it's giving updates even on a day-to-day basis is just not possible when you're trying to deliver all these works. But listen, I take on the point on board, and we need to try and communicate as well as we can.
Absolutely, you do, yeah. Okay, thanks for the answer.